back to try and impress new judges. So let's welcome to the stage Stefan Corey to pitch Highland Domes and hopefully secure the next level. Let's go.
Mic check. Hello, how's everyone doing? I invite you to take a nice deep breath in and fill your brain up with oxygen, because it's getting towards the end of the day. Can we all do that together? Just want to make sure I got your full attention for the dome chat. 3 breaths. One more. Last time. And as well. There we go. Oxygenated brain. Lovely. Okay, there's my logo. That doesn't count, I've still got 3 minutes, okay. Okay, so, what if I told you that buildings could be 50% more thermally efficient whilst using 50% less materials and still be 500% stronger than conventional buildings? I've been fascinated with triangles since I won a design competition when I was 13, and now I'm changing the shape of buildings to make life more beautiful, safe and efficient for people and planet. We make geodesic domes, the strongest, lightest, most efficient means of enclosing space ever created. It's essentially a sphere, the strongest 3D shape, made from triangles, the strongest 2D shape. It's like NASA and IKEA had a construction baby together. Thank you. We're on track to becoming a global leader in the design, manufacture and construction of geodesic buildings, the buildings of the future. We started out making world-class greenhouses. Conventional greenhouses are renowned for taking off, exploding and or collapsing, while our domes offer storm resilience and are close to being certified as the strongest, warmest greenhouses in the UK and beyond. While price competitive, our domes are 50 to 300% more insulated, have head height all the way around the inside, and look like an architectural sculpture to boot. There's a big one. So yeah, this makes producing aubergines, chilies and year-round greens easy peasy in a world where people everywhere are growing their own food again and remembering how health truly is wealth. The greenhouse market in the UK is worth 152 million a year. Our early adopter customers are retired baby boomers. We reach them through events, Facebook and customer referrals. And we've now been asked to build 5 commercial growing domes as well as a 15-metre conference dome, and we need edge support to help us secure that deal. So this conference dome takes us into our second market, which is passive house standard buildings, the highest level of energy efficiency, which will become mandatory for all new Scottish homes from 2028 onwards, and is increasing demand in commercial and public buildings. So in 24 months, we've designed and delivered a range of 4 innovative greenhouse models, won Young and Regional Edge Awards, collaborated with 2 universities and generated over 60k in revenue. So next year we're predicting 100k from garden domes with 700k from the campus project. So our mission alignment: we create ultra-efficient buildings that support Scotland's energy goals. We drive Scotland's innovation strengths into new high-growth markets in geodesic design and manufacturing. And we're building a scalable, globally competitive business ready to increase capacity, attract investment, and expand into export markets. So I'm Stefan Corey. I'm an innovator and entrepreneur with a passion for helping us all live healthier, happier lives. I have a background in biology and started one of the first CBD companies in the UK. Highland Domes has an innovative strategy team, including Alex Udalala of Disney and Andy Robinson of Deliveroo. I've trained 2 production contractors ready to begin full-time, and our 10-year goal is to be mass-producing ecologically sound buildings from fast-build, passive standard dome homes to art galleries and government buildings. So I'm asking for 150k for a general manager, 2 graduate placements, a CNC machine, and 50k towards a funded 150k R&D project to get that conference dome ready for this opportunity, and that will involve collaborating with NMIS, BEST, and a top passive house architect. So together we can position Scotland as a world leader in energy efficient, innovative, and productive building solutions. Thank you.
Thanks so much for that, that was great.
First
question is, obviously there seems like there's a number of possible applications for this design. You talked about like, a couple of them there. I'm guessing, just wondering, how do you plan to focus over the next couple of years? Is there a risk that you're going to be pulled in different directions, or do you have a clear plan for how you're going to split your time?
That's a great question. So I was focusing on the greenhouses as my beachhead market, with the passive standard domes as a sort of future plan. But what's happened is we've had this request for the 50-meter conference dome, like some, in a solid position to secure that. And then we've also now been approached for 2 manufacturing domes of the same size. So that's basically the same product. So that's brought the passive standard buildings forward in the timeline. This is a market that's worth 100 billion a year in the UK and Europe by 2040. So the bringing in the general manager and having the CNC machine allows the greenhouse production to continue where we've done the innovation already, and then the R&D project is bringing that passive standard market.
So you're not pivoting, it's more like you're going to be layering another sort of like revenue and sort of like product line on top of that.
Exactly, yeah, and we've got other ranges like a sauna dome and a glamping pod, but we'll focus on what the market is telling us that they want.
Yeah, and in terms of the greenhouse market, you talked about the target audience for that target customers as affluent baby boomers, right? Is that an easy market to reach? How can you scale that?
So Facebook is where a lot of retired baby boomers hang out. We actually had a request from an editor of an alternative gardening magazine. So we've done some advertising in there and had and she's actually got a dome to do an editorial review, and we've got a lot of inquiries coming in from that as well. So Facebook, print advertising, and then there's also the secondary greenhouse market segment, which is CICs and farms doing innovative sort of diversification projects.
Fantastic.
And that's word of mouth and online. Thank you.
Great presentation, Stefan. Stefan, how many employees do you have now?
1.
Just
That's me.
So you are the single point of failure.
Or success, as I
Or
say.
success.
I've got a
Sorry,
team of.
that didn't come out right.
That's fine. No, I'm happy for the opportunity to show my positivity. So I've got a team of mentors around me. I've got someone who helps me with admin and bookkeeper as a contractor, and then I've got these 2 staff that are ready to begin full time as soon as we get the go ahead with the team project.
Okay, great. And you also mentioned that in your submission that you are the entrepreneur and running the day-to-day operations isn't really you. Hence, what you're looking for is the general manager, if you like, to take over the business. Have you got anyone in mind?
Yeah, there's a couple of people. I'm big on culture, so I've got like a playbook of the sort of cultural. The kind of energy, the positive energy and the innovation kind of thing. Basically, right now things are moving really fast, and I've got more inquiries and diverse opportunities coming in than I can handle by myself, and I need someone who can I need like a clone of me kind of thing to like take up a load of that, so that I can keep on developing these big conversations. There are more of like this innovation campus happening around the world, and Highland Domes could be a big part of that, but I can only do so much in a day.
I mean, I think it's incredible that during this time, the economic cycle, where you mentioned earlier about the demographic that you're targeting, that you're having such demand. You need to split yourself in about 10 pieces. Fantastic. I won't take up any more time just now. I'll let my colleagues, if I have more questions if there's time.
Thank you, Sheila.
How do you build these things, and how will they be built in the future? What's the manufacturing process for?
So it's precision off-site manufacturing, which when we're in the passive house building, we're saving like 90% in terms of material wastage and providing 25% more efficient buildings because of the precision you can get. At the moment, I have a workshop, so I'm manufacturing them. I've been having some contractor help, and now I've got these 2 people ready to start full-time. It's a joinery workshop setup, basically. It's a modular structure. Don't want to say how, like it's really complex, but at the same time it's modular, so you're building panels and stacking them up together, which is completely different than having like loads of structural members and everything. It's like it's a modular system.
And is there any way to protect the IP that sits behind this modular system?
Yeah, so we've been working with an IP specialist, so we're keeping everything in-house, all of our processes and angles and all that kind of stuff, and then we're working on design right registration for all products going forward. We're looking at patents, trademarks, and really, but the way that we're going to keep ahead is just by being the innovators. We would be the first passive house standard geodome company in the world, and with those savings of 50% less materials, 50% more efficient in terms of materials, all the benefits of reduced transportation, etc., like we can kind of rocket ahead, and then people it'll be like eating my dust kind of thing.
Eat your dust. So, connected question to that, Stefan. What you didn't know is at the break there, we put a magic pill in your cup of tea, and it's giving you anything you want.
Wow.
You can create anything you want in the world in 10 years around your business. What does it look like?
So we'll be turning over hundreds of millions of pounds, which would allow us to just do more domes everywhere. I've had inquiries from Mexico. I'd like to provide housing in like disaster relief areas, provide a kind of like really beautiful, enjoyable living spaces that are efficient and affordable for people around the world. And then, yeah, with the growing domes, there's also like a regenerative agriculture piece, like the amazing last pitch. So yeah, we've got some work to do in agricultural scale soil regeneration, which we're doing in our domes at the moment, and that's regenerating people's microbiomes, which is then transforming their health. So there's a whole health piece there as well.
That's quite a vision.
Thank you.
Hi, yeah, I've just got a bit of a question, although you probably want to keep your cards close to your chest. It's a little bit to do with the IP and the manufacturing. Your structure is a polycarbonate, is that right? Polycarbonate?
Yes, it's a polycarbonate
structure?
skin, triple
Yeah.
polycarbonate skin.
So my question was really around, some of these structures are prone to scratches and also yellowing, so there's less light coming in as time goes on. So how do you mitigate against that?
So the triple wall polycarbonate has a manufacturer's warranty of 10 years, but it's known to last over 35 years in the field. So even if you're getting a bit of a light loss 20, 25 years in, we can replace the skin because the timber frame underneath is being kept completely dry, so it will last indefinitely. So yeah, but you can recycle polycarbonate even at the very end of its life. So say you reskinned it after 30 years, all of that polycarbonate is just going back in to make more polycarbonate. So there's like a nice circular economy.
So would you then provide a guarantee for 30 years for these structures or not?
No, because it depends on the case, on different parameters. But there is the manufacturer's warranty for 10 years. And I should add that, as I said, the greenhouse glass just regularly just explodes, and then people are hoovering their lawns and stuff.
Yeah, no, I was
Polytunnel
thinking more
rips,
about the
so-
bigger structures actually.
Oh, the bigger structures, yeah, those aren't covered in polycarbonate. So
Oh,
those
okay.
are wooden clad.
Right.
That's part of the R&D project, is doing all the work with the top architect and structural engineer and the design innovation organisations to work out the best panel layering system. But it might be thermo-treated cladding on the outside, it might be aluminium, it might be stainless steel, it might be a turf roof that gives you an extra garden on top of your house, so
Okay.
you're like doubling up on space. Yeah,
Great, and so will your IP take that into account then that you're developing just now?
absolutely. Yeah. So as we generate more IP, we're gonna And Scintilla's talk was so great that I think I'm gonna give him a bell.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Quick question from me. What will happen if you don't get the funding you're asking for from Scottish Edge?
I started one of the first CBD companies in the UK. We grew over 108 acres of organic hemp. We had the first mover's advantage, but we weren't able to capture that because of a lack of funding and experience. I've now got the experience, but without the funding, there's a risk that I don't get this R&D. Like maybe I'll borrow money or do a crowd fundraiser, I'll do what I can, but if this is such a great opportunity, if Edge can help me capture this and keep sort of riding the wave now, I think that's kind of like the best outcome for everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Because we're all right.